Out. All right, we can start now.
All right, great. So welcome everyone to first NAACL 2021 Queer and AI Social. Special welcome as well to Aditya, who's going to be our speaker today. I guess before we get started, this is a global meeting, of course, but I'm speaking from Sydney. And so I want to acknowledge that I'm speaking on the traditional lands of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and I want to pay my respects to the elders, both past, present, and emerging. The social in general is on the arrow turn. We'll just be here for the first part, which is the kind of introductions and the speaking from Aditya. All participants are expected to maintain the confidentiality of the members, and please add your names and pronouns to your GatherTown profiles. I'll give a bit more of an introduction of myself later, but for now, my name's Moike, and my pronouns are he, him. In terms of the code of conduct, we asked all of the participants in Queer and AI spaces to exercise consideration and respect in your speech and actions. You should listen as much as you speak, make an effort to understand and learn from people who come from different contexts, avoid making assumptions, attempt collaboration before conflict, presume that everyone's ideas, skills, and contributions have value, prioritize input from those who have been marginalized in AI spaces. I guess importantly, take a look at the anti-harassment policy at the Queer and AI website, and please message myself and Jack, another one of our organizers, about violations or questions. If you have any concerns, email us at safe@queerandai.org. Any questions? Actually, any questions, just message myself or Jack. I just want to do a brief intro of Queer and AI. I've been part of Queer and AI for the last 6 months or so. Found it really awesome. It's a volunteer-run organization, part of OSTEM, which is a non-for-profit, I guess, across the entirety of STEM. Started in Europe's 2017 with a meetup, and now we have like a Slack and all of these socials, and we do some cool activism, and it's great. In terms of our mission, we want to raise awareness of queer issues in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We want to foster a community of queer researchers, and we want to celebrate the work of amazing queer and trans scientists. And we're almost 4 years old now. So I guess since I've joined, I've been really empowered by the community, and I feel like we've worked on some amazing things. The socials are a big part of it, but also we recently worked with some other affinity groups like Queer and AI, like Black and AI and Widening NLP to hold Google to account for their mistreatment of the ethical AI team at Google and also some other matters which we wanted to bring to their attention. Every year we run a survey, the annual Queer and AI survey, and we really encourage folks to complete that. There is so much like valuable information that we can share with other groups about our community. Our survey shows that most of the senior queer folks are not publicly out. Most of the queer community is fairly young. Queer folks don't feel particularly welcome in the conferences. And most queer folks in academia feel that there's a lack of queer community and queer role models. So we're here to change that. We want to make everyone feel welcome and to build an equitable future together. So the URL for the survey is here. I'll post it in the GatherTown as well after this. And it really encourage you to fill it out because we do watch closely and we do send it to other organizations from time to time, and they get some really good visibility from that survey. In terms of building an online community, we have a big Queer and AI mailing list. We have a Slack community open for everyone, and some really cool organizing is done there. And Widening NLP also has a great public directory of primarily people from underrepresented and queer groups in natural language processing. And I love to see that grow every year. If you want to get in touch with us, I mean, that's what this social is for, but also queerandai.org is our website. I guess before we move on to the speakers and before Jack introduces himself, I want to briefly introduce myself. So my name is Mike, but I also go by Moike, which is just my name with an O in the middle. I'm a data scientist at CVS, also a lawyer, but I like to spend as much time as I can doing activism stuff and less work stuff. My background in AI is focused in conversational AI, trust and safety in health, and algorithmic bias. All of these have some real significant overlaps with queerness. I'm really interested in cooperative living and labor organizing. I feel like most of the last 6 years I've lived in housing co-ops, sometimes with like 30 people, and it's a really wild time, but also heaps of fun. And my go-to fun fact is that I was the 2012 under 18 World Scrabble champion. I normally don't tell that to people until like 6 months after meeting them, but you're special, so I'm going to tell you now. Our other organizer is Jack Katz, and Jack, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'll hop on video here for a second. So my name's Jack. I've been also working with Mike to organize, and I'll be leading the other social tomorrow or later today, depending on where you are. But yeah, quick about me. I'm based in Minneapolis, Minnesota in the US. I am an AI scientist at Target headquarters. And yeah, my background is NLP. I have a master's degree in human language technology. So all things AI and machine learning as related to NLP are super cool to me, and I love talking about all that kind of stuff. Outside kind of academic studies and work, I love getting outside, hiking, running, any way I can do that. I play a lot of video games. On the other side, when it's cold in the winter and I'm staying inside, and then hanging out with my dog Eliza, who is pictured here. I would show her on camera, but I think she's downstairs right now. But so yeah, that's quick about me.
Thanks, Jack. Eliza's super cute.
Had to put her on.
All right, so I guess before we hand over to Aditya to talk about his experiences, we would just want to thank our sponsors. Have a quick look. Here they are. We're always very grateful to them. We don't have any sponsors speaking today, but tonight someone from Apple is joining us. All right, so now I'll hand over to Aditya. I guess Aditya, like me, also based in Australia. Does PhD in computational sarcasm at IIT and Monash University. And if you ever want to find him in a crowded gay bar, look for someone standing in the corner looking bored. Over to you, Aditya.
Sure, thank you.